Queen Camilla and King Charles may be blissfully married now, but in their early years of courting they faced much heartbreak and now a cruel letter from herself the Queen to the King during their time away finally to be revealed. That it broke his heart a lot. Buckingham Palace has said a lot today that the King's now wife, who's recovering from what sources describe as a nasty bug, would return to public duties this week, but that there would be some small adjustments, including a shortening of engagements to protect and prioritize her continued recovery. During this time, Charles has been plotting special arrangements for his 76th birthday party in great excitement, so Camilla's possible attendance has energized royal supporters who admire her dedication to the role despite the challenges she faces. But before anyone gets too cocky and pleased, there are other indicators that are less rosy cheek and are reminders that Charles is still a man, very much in the midst of his cancer journey. His Majesty has cancer, which is about the sum total of what is known about him, not what type he has, not how soon it was caught, or not what sort of treatment he's been having. That's why, when any crumb of new information about his health emerges, no matter how meager or scant, we pounce on it, desperate for any clues about how the King's doing. However, whisper ers within the palace suggest a renewed sense of optimism. A fact that has largely gone unreported is that throughout His Majesty's months-long summer holiday in Scotland every single week, Charles made those 1,600-kilometer round trip back to London to receive treatment. Last month, a palace spokesman said it was too early to say how long Charles's treatment would continue for, and as successful as the Australian tour was, it was no easy feat, thanks to his son Prince William giving us surprisingly emotional interviews, revealing that this year not only his father but his wife's cancer diagnosis has been dreadful, brutal, and probably the hardest year of his life. Sources close to him confirmed that the outlook was more positive now that both his wife and father have moved into the next phase of their cancer journeys. Of late, King Charles led the UK in the annual Remembrance Day service and ceremony to honor and commemorate those who lost their lives in conflict. However, some observers believe his appearances and likened to those as a fish out of water. Expert Staten explained that Charles looked like a lost sheep without Camilla. He's always looking around for her. She's his rock, his support. Staten previously talked about how the monarch had shown specific gestures people do when they're nervous or lacking confidence in certain situations. While Camilla wasn't able to make the events, another strong woman in Charles' life, his sister Princess Anne, was there to support him, so much so to an extent that he appeared his usual jovial self, cracking jokes while engaging with other guests in celebration of both the King's birthday this week and the opening of 2 facilities. The hub he visits will host a surplus food festival with meals created from food which would have otherwise gone to waste. On his milestone birthday last year, Charles launched his coronation food, which aims to help those in need of food, while at the same time reducing surplus food being thrown away. A year on, the King will open the initiative's first 2 coronation food hubs, one in person and one virtually. The hub's major distribution centers, designed to save and circulate tons of surplus food, they're set to transform the ability of charities like Fair Share and the Felix Project to support communities in need. It comes after the initiative gave $715,000 in a community food grant to 33 organizations across the UK. In March, the funding helped UK charities to improve access to food for the most vulnerable through supporting existing successful initiatives and funding innovative ideas.